Well, the stories of more than 80,000 Americans who fought and lived through the American Revolutionary War are waiting to be told. The National Archive is asking for your help. Well, it's a project that will hopefully be done in time for a major milestone.
Fox Carolina's Zach Proletsky live in studio right now with the story.
Well, Tori and Justin, the National Archives is asking for help giving more people access to 2 million pages of documents ahead of the 250th anniversary of the American Revolutionary War. Written in cursive and found at the National Archives, these documents share the stories of the beginning of America.
Those letters really open up, it's just that period of time, the hardships that they encountered, the victories that they won.
In honor of the sesquicentennial of the Revolutionary War, the National Archives and National Park Service are teaming up to tell as many of these stories as they can.
We have over 2 million pages, and so we're hoping to get them all digitized by 2026.
It's a project that's already been started on a smaller scale in the Southern campaign.
Each one of these individuals had a different point of view.
Charles Baxley is the chairman of the SC 250 Commission, tasked with celebrating the Palmetto State's role in the war.
My hobby is military history, and there are not many people who really care much about military history.
But what's found in these documents is a family story.
There are a lot of people who care about their ancestors.
And the story of America.
All these people who fought here, all these pieces of land where they fought, where they camped, where they marched, need a voice in the 21st century.
These pension files are the records of our first veterans of this country.
Now, if you're interested in volunteering, you can help share these stories. All you have to do is create a free account on the National Archives webpage, pick a state such as South Carolina, and transcribe as many documents as you want. Now, we have a link to more information right now on foxcarolina.com. For now, reporting, Zach Proletsky, Fox Carolina News.